Their cameras on. You're on mute, Lindsay.
Hey Joey, playing at Duke, you had that great UNC Duke rivalry. In what ways is the Michigan State rivalry different? In what ways is it kind of similar?
Um, I think it's fairly similar because of the close proximity of the schools. It's a pretty quick drive to Lansing, and so that makes it um, very similar to the Duke UNC rivalry. I'm not sure how it's different yet. I think I'll have a better understanding after Saturday. Um, but I'm excited. The intensity rise no matter what in a rivalry like this. So yesterday when we started our preparation, you could feel that it was a little bit um, more intense. Not that it hasn't been intense the past few days. We've been preparing for other teams, but you really want to beat the guys up the road.
Hey, Joey, I guess in your opinion, I guess what made the Duke North Carolina rivalry so great? I mean, you mentioned the proximity and intensity, but anything else that made it stand out?
Yeah, I think just how competitive it was. Um, either team could win anytime they matched up. So um, you knew you were in for a fight. Whoever was on the court was going to give it their all. So that's what makes rivalries like these ones so special. Is it brings out the best in the players, and it makes for some really competitive, high level basketball.
Hmm. And I guess growing up in North Carolina, was the Michigan State rivalry ever on your radar at all? Did you ever watch it growing up?
Absolutely, I've got some close family friends that live right outside of Lansing. They're actually Michigan State fans, but they've always kind of spoke about the basketball there and that this rivalry. So I've definitely been aware of it.
Is there any moments or anything that stand out to you when you think about it?
Um, Nothing that comes to the top of my head, but um, I do know how intense it is, and talking to the guys that have played in it last year and in years past, I've kind of got a sense of how important it is and what it means.
Hey Joey, we were just talking with Phil a little bit ago, and he said that this is the game that when players come back is what they talk about. I imagine it's probably what you think about when you think about Duke and North Carolina. What was maybe the best, your favorite Duke North Carolina rivalry moment, and then I have a guess of what the least favorite might be, but I'd like to hear it from you.
Um, I think my favorite memory from that rivalry would be my sophomore year when we played at UNC. We uh, we were down pretty good throughout the game, and we made a pretty good comeback and just made a lot of plays to win that game. And then yeah, the least favorite would be in the tournament last year for sure.
Joey,
Hey,
can you talk about what you
oh,
remember
sorry.
from playing, and you played a really good game in East Lansing a few years ago? What that was like, what the environment was like, and I don't know if you feel like that gives you any juice or anything extra. The fact that you were able to go in there and do that, and you've already experienced this.
Um, yeah, I've thought about it a little bit because it was intense for sure. I mean the way that they have their student section set up, surrounding your court. But as a competitor, that's what you want. It adds fuel to the fire, makes you focus, and you lean on your teammates a little bit more because it's just you guys in there against, it feels like the world, you know. So um, having played there in a pretty good atmosphere, I know this one will be even more intense and even more rowdy. So um, I'm excited. It'll be a lot of fun. But yeah, I mean, I have a little bit of familiarity with the arena and stuff like that, so I don't think it'll play too big of a role, but it helps for sure. Can't hurt.
Joey, hey, will any of those friends you mentioned be at the game outside
They will.
Lansing?
They will be. They'll be wearing Michigan stuff though.
All
I've
right.
kind of. I don't know if it's just a temporary conversion, but they've been repping the maize and blue. So
Very nice. And then in any of these games that are just, really hyped and are going to have, crazy atmospheres, I guess, what is the key to not being, not letting the moment get too big and kind of just, treating it like another game in that sense?
At the end of the day, you're there to win a game, and you want to beat your rival, obviously, but you can't let that get you out of character and make you do things that aren't going to help you win games. So I think we all have a good understanding of that. We stick to the game plan, do what we've been doing when we're preparing in practice, stick to that, and then everything else will take care of itself. Because in a game like this, we know we're gonna be ready to fight and compete. And so just following the game plan that the coaches put in is the key.
Thanks.
Hey, Joey, to the untrained eye, it seems like you are playing faster, more confident these last few games. How much of that, I guess, is coming off an off-season surgery and, still feeling like you're getting back up to 100%? How much of it is, potentially just getting used to the system that you're playing in?
I think it's a little bit of both. It's my first time having any like type of operation or anything done. So, not having a summer of work where you're usually able to do, 2 workouts a day for a few months of the summer and, really, really get better. I think I definitely missed that. And that's taken a little bit of time to get back, just like you said, getting back in a rhythm and then learning a new system, getting comfortable in it. It takes time. And I think some people realize that, and then some people expect it just to happen right away. But it's definitely a process, and I feel like I've been progressing really well, and just trusting my work and keeping a positive mindset, and knowing that good things will happen. So I think that's what's been going on.
Does anybody have anything else?
Yeah, Joey, there's a lot of young guys on the team. How is your experience just with going through a rivalry? How has that kind of helped them? Have you been giving them any advice or helping them prepare in any way?
I mean, I try and talk to guys on the side whenever I can if I think there's something that I notice that I can help with. But for a rivalry like as big as this one, it comes down to, like I said earlier, you play as hard as you can. You come to fight. It's a war, but then you have to be able to come back and realize that it's still a basketball game. You still need to execute, still need to follow the game plan. So I think keeping composure is a big thing. Staying steady and focused on getting the win and not getting caught up in, the crowd or just the hoopla that goes on in a big game is a key for us. But I love our focus. I think yesterday we came in, forgot about the past few games, and our sole objective is on Saturday, doing whatever it takes.
Joey, when you were at Duke, Duke is often just considered the villains of college basketball in many ways by many teams. Michigan, not so much, but Hunter Dickinson has kind of taken that onto himself. What's it like having him as a teammate? And when you're playing with him, what's he like compared to being the villain at Duke, so to speak?
He's awesome. He's a great teammate, cares about all the guys in the locker room, and he works hard, prepares. He's always watching film, getting in extra work. So he's someone that you love going to work with every day. And then when it's time to compete, he's going to show up and give you his all. So it's been great. He's awesome. And then he's he's funny. He doesn't hold back on what he's thinking and speaks his mind, which I respect. And he backs it up. So it's fun playing with him.
Anybody have anything else?
Who are the family friends who are coming?
They're people that my dad worked with in the military back. They were stationed in North Carolina, and their families from East Lansing or that area. So we've known them for a while now, like 10, 15 years.
Okay, gotcha. Thanks.
Yep.
All right, I think that's going to do it, Joey. We appreciate it. Have a good practice, and we'll see you tomorrow in East Lansing.
Thanks,
Thank
Joey.
you. Everyone, thank you so much.